Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Real Ball. This is Sports Freak from the D. I have been away for a few weeks. Went down to Florida to vacation and go see the Florida State game. But anyway, a few things on the way back. After Florida did their job and they spanked us all over the field in Doak Campbell Stadium, after the game, there were a couple of things that I enjoyed. There were a couple of things I did not. Let's start with the things I did enjoy. Mr. Mullen, the head coach for Florida, classy individual. There were a couple of players that were going to plant their flag right in the middle of the field, Doak Campbell Stadium, which was probably going to create a little bit of a problem. Uh, me personally, as a fan, I wouldn't like that to be done on my stadium, but I can understand the rivalry. However, Mr. Mullen went a little bit step beyond and above, where he stopped it. He stopped it from going on, and both coaches behaved very well, very classy. I will forever be a Mullen fan from here on out. I would not cheer for the Gators still, but I thought that was a very, very classy move. I thought the better team established themselves. Uh, Now to the things that I didn't like. Let's start with our team. The undisciplined that they showed during the game, during the season, is something I have not seen this bad before. Again, I have stated before, Florida State has always been an undisciplined team, but not to this extent and not to the players that were undisciplined. Senior, man, you got to lead by example. So the freshmen, which a lot of them were playing, they're only going to follow your lead. If you're undisciplined, that's exactly what's going to trickle down. Now, for next year, I hope that gets resolved. And we're looking for good things for next year. It is Mr. Taggart's second season. I did not enjoy some of the things that he did this year, but he is our head coach. And we are going to back him. And as far as I'm concerned, let's see what he's got for next season. I hope good things come about. Now, after the game, there were a few comments and posted on social media. One which referred to a fan, and it was fairly disgusting. That fan came out with his true colors, racist SOB. At times, I wish I could say that I don't want them to crawl back under the rock because I want to know who they are. They are not a true reflection of Florida State fans. They are not a true reflection of modern day society. But modern day society has allowed these freaks to come out from underneath the rock a little bit more. They feel free to speak their minds, as ever as perverted as they may be, or stupid as those ideas are. And that's what they are. They are stupid. There's no place in this world for ideas like that or comments like those. He got what he deserved, and we'll move on from there. With that being said, let's go to the other arch rival game that happened that weekend that had a lot of bearing on the national championship. Michigan and Ohio State. I was disappointed. I really thought Michigan had a better team than that. They had done two of the three things that I kind of demanded out of them at the beginning of the year, which was beat a top 25 team, beat a team with a winning record, beat your rival in Michigan State, and then beat your arch rival in Ohio State. Well, you accomplished two out of three, but things are looking up. Next year will be Mr. Harbaugh's fifth year, which that means all his players are going to be on the team, and we'll see how that goes. Shea Patterson should be coming back. He will be a much better quarterback. More, more better things are going to come out of Michigan. I think. Things now no way near time to panic. But anyway, with that being said, our final four are already set up. It will be Alabama and Oklahoma. It will be Clemson and Notre Dame. I personally think that the best game is Clemson and Notre Dame. Those are two teams that are very similar. They both have been very consistent all year. Because Notre Dame is not too flashy. They just beat you consistently, has beaten everybody. Everybody. They were supposed to have the toughest schedule on the season, It didn't turn out that way, but that's not their fault. Teams that were supposed to be better than they were not. USC, Florida State, and some others. Um, with that being said, the Alabama and Oklahoma game, but before I get to that one, Clemson has also played consistently all year, especially after they made their change at quarterback. I still don't agree with it. I understand it. I'm not going to complain about it because of all the results that they got. But I don't know. They have played consistently all year, but they have more talent on both sides of the ball, which I think is going to make the difference in that game against Notre Dame. I have them over Notre Dame and facing Alabama for the fourth straight year. Now, this is unprecedented before. I don't think we'll see something like this again in quite a few years where the same teams face each other in the playoffs. Two of them were for, well, if it happens again this year, it'll be for the third time for the national championship, with each one of them splitting one. The other time was the last year where they faced each other in the first round of the playoffs, so it wasn't for the national championship, won by Alabama, needless to say. However, in the Southeastern Conference Championship, we saw that Alabama is vulnerable except for one little thing. The backup quarterback happens to be pretty darn good. And he came through with flying colors. So I give him kudos for sticking around the whole year and not jumping ship when he lost his job to Tua. Oklahoma, on the other hand, is coming with back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners. Murray this year is an exciting quarterback. He's an exciting player. But I just don't think they have the defense to hang in there. I just don't. And I think Alabama will put 35, 40 points on them. And Alabama's defense needed to get a little healthier. And I think these days off, they have done so. So that should be a great game. Okay, that's enough with college football. Now let's head on to baseball cards. Oh, everything is done and over with, but this is the exciting part of the offseason because this is the winter meetings, a lot of free agent signings, a lot of trades. The big trade this offseason has been the Yankees getting Paxton from Seattle. That to me was a great trade. Okay, for both teams. Seattle's going to go younger, and they got a few of the Yankee prospects, especially Mr. Sheffield. Justice Sheffield is going to be a good lefty. And the Yankees got a big-time lefty that they needed. Now, they lost out on Novaldi. They lost out on Corbin. The big deal with that, the Yankees held off on giving the extra year in the contract. As much as I would hate to see Corbin go to Philadelphia, which it did, tell you what, man, I kind of agree with the Yankees on that one. A few years back, they got caught with a lot of contracts of dead weight. And so they're going off that bad experience. I do have an agreement with them about not giving them that extra year to anybody. I don't care how young they are. But let's not forget, they got Montgomery coming back from the Tommy John surgery. I don't think he's going to be ready for the beginning of the year, but he should be ready in May or early June. Now, Didi Gregorio's situation is a little bit different, okay? Because they need to get a shortstop. And I still believe they should go after Machado. However, they're going after more pitching. There's a couple of pitchers out there that are still available, which is A.J. Happ. By the way, he 7-0 with the Yankees last year? I still don't understand why they haven't gone after him a little bit harder. I understand that they went after Corbin, but Ovaldi afterwards, you went down that road before, okay? Ovaldi, rightfully so, went back to the Red Sox. It's still a good one. It's still a good one. Like I said before, I like the fact that they didn't give no extra year. However, the talk has been going and trading for Kluber out of Cleveland. I don't like that. Kluber has pitched a lot of innings. Kluber's still a very good pitcher. Okay? He may be at the peak of his career. Maybe he's going a little bit down on his career. He's still a very good pitcher. But to get him, you're going to have to give up a top prospect. That was the old way of doing things, and how did that work out? So let's not give up our prospects. Let's go after free agents. We only need one more. You know what? Keuchel is another good one. AJ Happ, Keuchel, those are good pitchers out there that you can sign, and you don't have to give up the farm system. Okay, so let's go after that. The only thing is, Keuchel's going to have to shave that beard. Well, yeah, you're probably going to have to pay him a little bit more because of that. Now let's go into pro football. A lot of funky things. Pro football is a whole different animal than college football. Teams come out of the gate really hard, then all of a sudden in the middle of the season they go to that tailspin. Again, it's a 16-game season. It's a long season. But right now, my number one team is still the Saints. I would put the Rams out there as number two, even in spite of this past loss yesterday, the day before. Put New England number three, in spite of the loss of the Dolphins. Yeah, okay. And I'll put the Chargers right behind them. So that makes it two AFCs and two NFCs. The up-and-coming teams are the Seahawks. Okay, they're up and coming. They won 4 in a row. So is the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, okay. I don't have much to say about that. But anyway, I still think New Orleans is still the cream of the crop. With Drew Brees, their defense has played very, very well. The Rams still have that defense. Okay, the defense kept them in the game yesterday. Goff, that's only the second bad game he's had this year. I think the temperature had a lot to do with it. Let's not forget that that defense from Chicago is pretty darn tough. Okay, so that might have had a lot to do with it too. The Patriots losing on a fluke there at the end. Hey, that play never works, okay? We see it in college. We see it in pro sports. That play never works, okay? But New England didn't prepare for it. They got caught with their pants down, and that's what happened. It was a fluke play. They lost it. That's it. Go on. No big deal. The one that has been playing pretty darn good all year long in both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, has been the L.A. Chargers. Now, the bad thing about the L.A. Chargers, they're in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs. So the next game that they play each other is going to decide who the big boys are. Kansas City, still Kansas City. They've been having a great year, but they're riding the coattails of their quarterback. So with that being said, the Chargers, led by their quarterback, who's having probably his best season in a long time. He's a stud, man. He was a stud when he came out of NC State. He's a stud now. But anyway, everything's looking up. I'm looking forward to this playoff run by all these teams. Hockey, I'm going to get to hockey next week. Until then, guys, have a good weekend. I'll see you all next week, and have a good one.